This is Daddy Show. Step off.
It's time for the main event.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. You caught me looking. I was trying to adjust my desk. Hold on. Let the adjustment begin. Thing's loud, right? Is that as low as it goes? That is as low as it goes. How you like that? Man, am I looking pasty white today or what? Yeah. I'm the whitest guy you've ever met. In appearance only, I assure you. So how's my crew out there today? Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the show. If you've never seen the show, I'm Tom. This is my show. This is episode number 304. We are 4 weeks removed from the 300th anniversary celebration of this little podcast. This thing began in 2014. This is season 10 of the show, 9 years of the podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in today. We've got an hour to get this done. I got a hard out at 6 my time. So we're going to jump in. As you see the graphic behind me, we got some Ring of Honor to talk about. We've also got a lesser known show called WrestleMania to talk about. I sent that Facebook post out earlier. Did anybody have any heartburn over that? Oh, I hope you did. Because if you did, that makes me smile. There you go. Let's go ahead and get to it, kids, if we can here. Sugar Shane in the house. How you doing, my friend? Carlos Martinez, how you doing? Brandon, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Jumping Jeff. Ray all day is in the house, doing well. How are you? Will is here. Tim, what's good with you? How are you doing? Joe, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Let's see. Oh, James Luft from my brain scrambled. The Untitled Wrestling Podcast. My apologies, Jay. Jay, if I'd known you could be here, I would have invited you on the show. You're still welcome, by the way, even though it's like 3:45 in the morning for you. You know why Jay's laughing? Because I make that exact joke for like 5 years now. It's the same joke. It's not funny anymore. It was funny the first dozen times I did it, and now not so much. Man, I'm looking peaked right now. This, my friends, is what artificial light will do for you. Stay away from it. I barely see the sunshine anymore. I'm in a cave at this point. So there you go. And I'm fading it. I still don't have green screen behind me. However, I did bring the ring light to the office this week. So there we have it. Brendan says, spoiler alert, Tom will be winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royale tonight. Well, you never can tell, Brendan. You never know when the old boy may make a surprise appearance in the land of angels. I wouldn't hold my breath. Just so you know, I wouldn't hold my breath. All right, kids, we got a lot to get to. Yes, it's WrestleMania weekend. So Jay said, no, I know what time it is. I assure you. I just like messing with you. 10 p.m. His time. Let's see. Struggling already. There you go. Well, you know what? It's late. Us old guys got to get our sleep, Jay. So, thanks, everyone, for the birthday wishes last week. I think I got that out last Friday. Did I? I think I did. Did I? Yeah. I don't remember. Last week's a blur. This week's been a blur as well. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll come to my senses before the end of this little show. So, we've got lots to talk about. Again, thanks for joining us. Smash the like button, if you will, kids. Share this stream on your feed. Let's try to pack the room as much as we can. Hit that like button for me. And let's go ahead. Dwayne says, hope Ray beats the crap out of Dominic. Well, you never can tell, Dwayne. We'll have to see. We shall see how it goes down. In the meantime, let's go ahead and talk about the first show behind me. And then we're going to switch it up and give you a Mania background for all you wacky McMahon people out there. I'm just teasing. Maybe a little bit. I'm just teasing. All right, let's get to this. Tonight is Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. Takes place tonight. It's going to feature stars, of course, from AEW, obviously, Ring of Honor, New Japan, and AAA Worldwide will also be there tonight. Yes, it's in the City of Angels, like WrestleMania, because you guys know anytime Mania comes to town, all the other pro wrestling promotions in the world pretty much descend on that town, locally, internationally, and otherwise. So, yes, it's from the Galen Center tonight in LA. Let's run down the card, and then we'll go back and talk, okay? Because Mania is huge. You guys know we're going to devote a lot of time to the Hall of Fame and to Mania also. But we'll knock out we'll spend the first 15 on this and spend the last 45 on WWE. Sound good? Sounds great. So this is Seg 1, kids. So stay with us. We've got Jeff Cobb versus Tracy Williams. No titles in this match. I've always liked Tracy Williams, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. I enjoy his work. Jeff Cobb is a monster. He's a machine. I'm looking forward to this match. Miranda Elise versus Willow Nightingale in a singles match. Elise is very good. Nightingale, we know about Willow's work in AEW. She's getting over, going to the moon, as they say, like a rocket, and she's got a lot of fans, and she's very good. So that's shaping up to be a good match as well. Stu Grayson with Evil Uno versus Slim J with Ari Daivari. People can say what they want to about the Truth Busters and all that. It's a good little heel faction. Are they going to take over the world anytime soon? Probably not. But they work well together, and it's okay. They're getting on TV. They get airtime. They get mic time. They get, they get ring time. And I think that's what matters the most. And this should be a good match. Stu Grayson, I don't know if anybody, how many people caught the Stu Grayson versus Moxley match? It was rough. And I'm not going to sit here and blame Stu. I will tell you that I saw a lot of odd moments, and it looked as though Mox was physically getting frustrated with Stu. However, that's not to take a crap on Grayson. Okay, Grayson's good. Grayson's been doing this for a while, okay? Again, this is not to side against him or to say anything out of sorts about Stu Grayson, but I will tell you this. Sometimes you just have an off night, and sometimes you don't have the chemistry, right, that you wish you would have with the guy that you're working in the ring, and I suspect that's what we saw with Mox and Stu Grayson. Just my take. Don't know how you guys feel about it. Konosuke Takeshita versus Willie Mack. If you thought this was going to be a banger, my friends, you're 100% right. This match may very well steal the show. You remember who told you that it may steal the show. Everyone, please, if you will, smash the like button. A whole bunch more people showed up when I was on another screen, so please smash the like button. Sarah, what's up? How are you? The third peach in the house. And you are, which peach are you? Are you 1 or 2? Is that for you and Tina to battle it out? I don't know. There you go. So yeah, everyone, please smash the like button. It means loads to me. Thanks much. Let's get back to this card, kids. The Lucha Brothers, Penta El Zero Miedo and Rey Fenix versus Top Flight, Dante Martin, Darius Martin against the Kingdom. Thy Kingdom Come, baby. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett with Maria Kanellis versus Aussie Open, Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher versus La Facción Ingobernable, Rush and Dralistico with Jose the Assistant. This is the Reach for the Sky ladder match for the vacant ROH World Tag Team Championship. We miss Jay. We all miss Jay. We continue to miss Jay, one of the greatest. I love that they named this ladder match Reach for the Sky. In fact, that makes me happy in all sorts of ways. So I'm very happy to see that's the fact here. This is going to be a great freaking match. If I had to put money on this, now don't quote me on this, kids, I would like to see the Kingdom win it because the Kingdom are primarily Ring of Honor. So if I had my way, it would be the Kingdom that take these belts. That's me. I like Taven. I like Bennett. They're very blue collar kind of wrestlers. Bennett doesn't really have a look. Bennett doesn't have a ton of charisma that you can kind of see. He's not flashy, nothing like that, but he's just very good. So if I had my pick, that's who I would pick. The Embassy, Brian Cage, Khan, and Toa Leona, with Prince Nana versus AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Metalik. 6-man tag team match for the ROH World 6-man tag team championship. Now's when the card really starts heating up, kids. Believe that, okay? I don't think the Embassy are losing this match. By the way, I didn't get predictions on anything else. I don't really have a lot of this guy needs to win. That kind of, like what we did with Revolution. We said certain individuals really needed to win this and another. I don't really see a lot of that on this card, but that's me talking. Samoa Joe versus Mark Briscoe, singles match for the ROH World Television Championship. I'll be honest with you. I'd be okay if Mark lost this because they have just started this idea with Mark saying it's my destiny to win the title. I think I'd be okay if he doesn't win tonight because you could tell a longer story. Now, do I think he'll win tonight? Yeah, I think he probably will. And of course, Joe's 100% fine with this. You guys should know that. But let's tell a good story. If we get a few more weeks out of this or a couple more months out of it, and then we tell a better story in the end, maybe we do that way. I don't know. It's up to them, but that's just my take. Athena versus Yuki Sakazaki, singles match for the ROH Women's World Championship. I think Athena's going to walk away with the title still. Wheeler Yuta versus Katsuyori Shibata. If you're not here for this match, I don't know what to talk to you about. I don't know if we can be friends anymore because this match is going to be epic. I can't wait to see this. I do think Yuta retains. El Hijo del Vikingo versus Commander for the AAA Mega Championship. This is going to be, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is going to be my God in heaven. And then Claudio Castagnoli versus Eddie Kingston, singles match for the ROH World Championship, and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Daniel Garcia. You know why Tanahashi's on this card? I don't think I care, and I don't think Garcia does either. You want to know why? Because he gets to work Hiroshi Tanahashi. On what planet do you get to just work Hiroshi Tanahashi just because? Right? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Gonna be good, baby. James says Fightful put something out before that it was going to be Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. That would have been awesome. But Willie Mack and Takeshita is going to be freaking great. I can't wait to see that. Sarah says Wheeler is one of her favorites. Wheeler's very, very good, man. There's no doubt about it. Very, very good. And the whole BCC thing where we're all heels, that's kind of still growing on me. And to be honest, even as baby faces, they were kind of working heel anyway. They just weren't clipping anybody from behind. It is what it is. But, hopefully it will grow on me. We will see. We will see. Eric Jackson in the house. Good to see you, my friend. E, what's going on? Sarah says, of course, we love Eddie Kingston. Is this Eddie's night? We're 15 minutes in. We got to move on. Is this Eddie's night to become world champion for the first time in his illustrious career? I want to know what you guys think before we move on to the next topic. Ray says, Claudio definitely winning. Can't see Eddie winning. I mean, Eddie is the proverbial underdog, kids. That's his role in life. That's what he is. Will he ever overcome that? I have no idea. It'd be nice to see him with a belt. Eddie does not need a title. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Does it mean he will never win a title? I didn't say that. I think it's entirely possible he wins a title. I don't know that he wins one tonight. We shall see. I'm an Eddie fan. We'll have to see. E, I have not read that article. My apologies, my friend. I have been absolutely swamped the past 2 weeks. You guys have no idea how busy I've been. Not complaining. It's a good thing. All right, kids. There is your Supercard of Honor. Sean Pasquarello says, always rooting for underdog. Go Eddie. And then Will says, nope, Claudio for the win. There you go. Kids, if you're here and you haven't smashed the like button, please do so. E, I won't forget about you, my friend. As soon as I get an opportunity, I will read that. All right, kids, are you ready to talk some WWE? Because I know I am. Let's go ahead and get to this. And that's your Supercard of Honor. Enjoy the show. Can't wait to see it. Have my niece and nephew at the house tonight. And my nephew enjoys wrestling, so maybe we'll watch the show. I think he'll be good with it, so we shall see. In the meantime, let's flip gears. Look out. And there we are, kids. For all of you wanting a WWE background behind your old boy, well, guess what? We done make it happen for you. Isn't that pretty? Man, look at me, dude. I'm like, ugh. You ever look in the mirror and you come away going, oh, Jesus, what the hell's happened to me? You like this? Everyone's popping over the background. That's pretty cool. If I had the green screen, you wouldn't have these weird gaps in the headphones and whatnot. You know what I mean? So there you go. And I got the Mandarin rings happening. I'm pretty happy with these rings. Where are they? Where are you, kids? Here you are. right? Now, see, here's the thing. I still got the 2 index fingers and the thumbs. So I still got 4 opportunities to put some metal on me. The metal detectors at the airport do not enjoy my presence too much. There you go. Man, you guys are complete. Man, you guys love you some WWE. It's okay. I'm not bashing. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. First things first, let's talk about the Hall of Fame. We've not spoke a whole lot about it here on the show. Rey Mysterio is going in, inducted by Conan. Perfect guy to induct him. The Great Muta, one of the best of all time, inducted, of course, by the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Stacy Keibler, I think, who was announced last week. I don't know who gets to induct Stacy. In another world, had things not gone south for Test, I would say Test would be the perfect guy. Rest in peace. I don't know who would be the perfect person to induct Stacy. I don't know if they've announced that yet. She never won a title. I don't think it matters. It is what it is. What are you going to do? As we've said here multiple times, kids, WWE's Hall of Fame is not an actual Hall of Fame. It's chosen basically by the McMahon family, maybe just still by Vince himself. I have no idea. It is what it is. We take these things as they come. And, of course, the celebrity wing, Andy Kaufman, long time coming, kids, inducted by the great Jerry Lawler. And, I mean, doesn't everybody wish that Andy was still with us so he could enjoy this? Andy would get the biggest kick out of this. You guys know I'm right. If you know listen, if you're not familiar with Andy Kaufman's work, for God's sake, go look it up. You'll be happy that you did. Okay. And of course, the late great referee, Tim White, posthumous recipient of the Warrior Award, inducted, of course, by the late Warrior's wife, Dana Warrior. So kids, there's your WWE Hall of Fame. What's your thoughts on the Hall of Fame, kids? Brendan says, Tori Wilson, maybe for Stacy. Good call. Sarah says the same. E says the same. Where'd you go? There you are. Brendan says, love WWE. Well, to each his own, my friend. To each his own. To each his own. I'm not a real WWE guy. I don't love the company. See, again, you guys got to remember where I grew up in the world. I'm in North Carolina. I didn't grow up loving WWE. You know what I mean? I grew up with WWE on my TV, and I was aware of it, but I never loved this company. I enjoy AEW. I can't say that I love it. I've got a weird way of looking at this stuff, man. It's weird. And here's why I say that. And I'm not trying to preach, and don't anybody take offense to this because I don't mean anything by it. When you get involved in the business, this idea of I love something, like I get asked, who's your favorite wrestler? Who's your favorite tag team? Who's your favorite? I'm okay with, I get in my own head, right? I'm okay with calling things favorites and whatnot, but like it's weird to me. For me, it's weird because I'm like, I don't know if I look at it in those terms like I used to when I was younger. You know what I mean? I just don't know if I do. I'm not going to say that being in the business takes some of the luster off of it for me. If any of you have ever been in it, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't for a lot of people. Who knows? But there's moments when I'm like, I'm still into it, but it's sort of once you know how the sausage is made, if that makes sense. I'm still a fan. I'm always going to be a fan. My fandom's been tested over the years, baby. Let me just tell you all that for sure. However, I'm good. I'm always going to be a fan, dude. 100%. 100%. Let's see. Jeff says, to be honest, latest years, I've only watched the big names, not the whole show. He said 3-minute warning should have been inducted. That's a good call. I agree, Shane, with Lawler putting in Kaufman. Do you think anyone from Taxi will be there at the Hall of Fame to like Danny DeVito? If I had to guess, and I don't have any inside info for you, Brendan, but if I had to guess, I would say DeVito will probably be there because I think DeVito and Jerry Lawler have always gotten along. I can't swear to that, but I think they have. Seems like I remember hearing that or seeing it or reading it somewhere. And I think it would be a gesture to Kaufman for him to be there. I'm sure Kaufman's family will be there. It'll be a blast for them. Are you kidding me? Yeah, dude. I think that'll be fun to see. That'll be fun to see. Sean Pasquarello says, what's going on with Bray Wyatt? Brother, if I told you, you tell me, we'll both know. Isn't that how it goes? Pull from the card. They've wasted such a great talent with these storyline. I mean, I'm one of those guys who happen to believe he should have just gave AEW a shot for 2 years. Sign a 2-year contract if you can get that few and just test it out. Test the waters. And if you don't like it, you can always go back. You haven't lost anything, you know what I mean? And of the two companies, who would give you freedom to do whatever really you wanted to do? Now, we've heard for a few years now that he's gotten creative freedom in WWE to a point. But, does it always work out? Is it too much? Is it too little? I don't have any idea. But in AEW, you'd have to think that he would have been given a lot of rope. A lot of rope. You know what I mean? Just imagine Bray Wyatt in AEW, playing mind games with the House of Black. Playing mind games with MJF, competing for the world title. Imagine him. We would have finally gotten, Bray Wyatt and Sting, perhaps. Hey, I'm just putting it out there. Too late now. Not going to happen now. What's up, Marie? My 10-year-old nephew is excited. He loves John Cena. Oh, Brino. What's up, brother? Everyone, please welcome Brino. Brino, we're going to move on here in just a second, dude. But we're just talking about how it's, for me personally, it's weird to say things like my favorite promotion and my favorite wrestler and my favorite this, that, and the other. I mean, I spent 10 years of my life writing about it and then get into the business at the same time. It's hard to use the words favorites because, like, being on the inside doesn't really take away my love for it. It amplifies if anything. But I don't look at it like it's hard to explain. It's hard. Brino, maybe you've got a point there that maybe you want to share in the comments, and I'll put it up on the screen. Guess what? I didn't change. No one called me out on it. What happened? I let the Supercard of Honor banner up the entire time. You guys fell asleep. Now you owe me that $1 back I paid you for cursing on the air. I might take that off, by the way. I might make a note of that to take the cursing out. Because if I don't, you know what's going to happen. I don't want to get in trouble with the podcast platforms, right? So. Has anybody how's your handwriting? My handwriting is terrible. I was writing something down 2 days ago and I'm like, this is how wholly dependent I am on the keyboard now, is that my handwriting has just gone off a cliff, dude. I don't know what's happened to me. You can't read anything I'm writing anymore. It's insane. All right, kids, let's get to the big daddy. The one that all y'all came here to talk about. We got 30 minutes to take this thing and drive it through. Before I start, smash the like button. If you haven't done that, please do so. We're at 19. Get us a 20 and above. If you haven't shared the link on your Facebook page, please do so. Let all your friends and enemies engage in all this ridiculous whiteness I got going on and this horrible complexion. You ever have one of those days? My day's been good. I got nothing to complain about, baby. I got nothing to complain about. What am I going to complain about? Let me click that. Bam. I had to click something work related. I got 3 screens in front of me, 3 monitors. So I got on this monitor, I got New Japan because I'm like an entire month behind on New Japan. It's insane. In dead center, I got you guys. And to my left, I've got work. There you go. Marie said, deserve to stay up for Eddie Kingston. Tonight is my WrestleMania. There you go. Reno says, for sure, I love good stories and good matches. I don't care where they happen. I believe both things happen in major companies. I completely agree. Ray says, Cena versus Austin could have been much better, but the promo John did killed it. I agree on that as well. 100%. All right, kids, let's get to Mania. Let's start off with Austin Theory versus John Cena. Singer. We'll get it. John Cena, the match that a lot of people cared about before and nobody does now. Because John came out and said, I don't know who you think you are, but you ain't nobody. You ain't nobody to me. And I don't care about you. And I don't care about nothing. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if I lose. You want to know why? Because you still suck. as we said last week, basically just, cut Austin Theory's legs out from underneath of him. Speak of the devil, my wacky digitized. There he is. Huh? He's fading in. You get it, don't you? He's like, hey, Austin Theory. Hey, Austin Theory. You can't see me. It don't matter what you do, boy. You ain't winning. Woo! You ain't winning. I know what you're thinking. You close your eyes. You swear to God, Cena's on the camera talking. I know. I get it. Spot on, right? Spot on, baby. Yeah, he killed it. He killed it, man. I mean, it's whatever. I like John. I always have. It's nothing to me. I don't care. And, does Austin Theory care? Probably not. Austin's going over. I don't know why in the world they give John that title. I mean, I guess they could. The only reason they give John that title is that the plan is for John to drop it to somebody else. Does that make sense? Like, he wouldn't keep it in forever, obviously. He wouldn't retire the belt. But the point is, if the plan is to take it off Austin and give it to John, the plan is to take it off John and give it to somebody else. That's what I think. You guys can take that and run with it, but I do think Austin's winning. Sandy in Germany. My God in heaven, where you been, dude? Shane says, did y'all see the comment Bret Hart made about wrestling? He said he can't watch it anymore because the 20 men outside the ring and one guy jumps over the ropes and it's like bowling pins. Shane, Bret's entitled to his opinion. I totally get it. But Bret has said wackadoodle things about the business over the years. He carried that grudge of Shawn Michaels like a massive chip on his shoulder for years till he finally stopped doing that. And it just became, I don't know. Man. Bruno says, love Cody, but I wish Roman was facing Jay. Ooh. That'd have been interesting. Will says saw awful rumor that Cena wins and then loses on Monday in open challenge. But to who? Because if you're going to do that, it has to be against somebody and it makes an impact. If you're going to do that, then it has to mean something. Well, it doesn't have to. It's that company. Hey, I just says it like it is, man. I'm sorry. Y'all don't agree. Y'all don't have to. All right? I'm just saying. That's how I feel. It's that company. You can never tell which ends up in that company, baby. Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. Dude, night one of this show is off the charts. Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul in a singles match. I don't know who I got for you here. Rollins, I would think. I think it would have to be Rollins, wouldn't it? Trish Stratus, we'll get it. Lita and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. 6-woman tag team match. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. Still the worst name ever created. Men's WrestleMania Showcase, Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. There you go. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Everybody's crapping on this Dominic kid as if he's just hot garbage. What's going on? Come on. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley singles match for WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. And the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn tag team match for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Now, if you believe anything you hear, Austin Theory and Cena are going on first. And if that's the case, then you give this main event to the Usos against Owens and Zayn. That's what I would do. 100%. Ray says Trish will turn on Lita. Which one is more likely to turn heel, Ray? And on top of that, not that you're wrong. You may very well end up being right. But if you do that, what's the payoff to her turning heel? Because they're both just, Lita won't disappear, but Trish will just disappear again because she's got life outside this stuff, right? So, what happens then? I'm just asking the question. Sandy says Dom is doing great heel work because everyone hates him. Well, or is it does everyone hate him because he's doing great heel work? Chicken and egg, baby, chicken and egg. And listen, him against his father at WrestleMania, this kid's going to pull it out. Believe that. He's going to pull it out. I'm telling you, he's going to impress you. He will impress you tomorrow night. I promise you. Mark says Seth should be in the main event scene. Been away for too long. I agree. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Seth, in my opinion, Seth's the best main event guy they have next to Cody. And even then, that might be a toss-up. I did see pictures of the Mania set, Sandy. It looks pretty sweet. Carlos says Logan Paul contract expires after Mania, so he probably loses. Could be. Chad says, Tom, I know you don't watch Impact much, but Josh Alexander's out hurt. I did see that where he had to put the title down. That's a shame. It's such a really good talent, dude. Really good worker. Yeah, I like Impact. I don't dislike the company. In fact, if you really want to see Impact shine, watch their shows, watch their pay-per-views. That's when the Impact crew really steps up their game, in my opinion. Jim Anderson says, I think it's time to separate the titles, WWE Universal, from your lips to the ears of God, my friend. Ray says, Roman 100% winning. Sorry, Cody. Don't be surprised. Everybody hang on tonight, too. We're going to get there. Jeff says, Ripley and Cody won the Rumble. That should technically be a main event match, right? That's what they say every year, doesn't it? You get to main event WrestleMania. That's what they say every year. So you're right. Charlotte and Rhea should main event. 100%. Let's talk about night 2, kids. Walter, because I'm not calling him Gunther, and you can't make me, versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Triple threat match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Edge versus the Demon, Finn Balor, in a cell. See, I said hell earlier. I can say hell now. It's in the context of a cell. Or in a cell. You get it. Liv Morgan, Rachel Rodriguez versus Natalya, and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey, and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Women's WrestleMania Showcase. Fatal 4-way tag team match. These showcase matches, dude. It's just a nice way of saying we want to get a lot of people on the card and give them a nice payday. I'm okay with that. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Singles match for WWE Raw Women's Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. And then Roman by God Reigns with Paul Heyman versus Cody Rhodes. Singles match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. There's your card. There's your WrestleMania 39 card, baby. 39 years of this stuff. 39 long years of this stuff, Jack. How you guys feeling about it? As a card, as a whole, what match are you looking forward to the most? I want to hear what you got. Wilf, you're so incredibly late, brother, but it's okay. Ray says, Finn, Drew, Bianca, Omos, Roman. You heard it first. So you're picking Omos to beat Brock Lesnar. Woo. Ray, I don't normally question your sanity, my friend, but my God in heaven. All right? That's what I got to say to that, is my God in heaven. Mark says, nothing to say about Brock and Omos. Yeah, could care less unless Hurt Business gets back together. Yeah. Alicia says Roman versus Cody. Yep. Gonna be good. Shane says, I think Riddle makes a surprise return at Mania. He could. Edge and Finn will be amazing, and with the rumors of Gangrel and Christian might be there, hope we get a bloodbath. I mean, would they allow Christian to come back for a one-night, a one-off? I would say they'd probably be okay with that. I mean, if you're going to do business with AEW, then AEW, you know what I mean? You need to do business also. Do business as well. You know what I mean? Do a trade-off. You can make that happen. What, can't you? Can't you make that happen? Phil Lindsay said on my show a few weeks ago, I think it was on episode 300, that he felt like Christian's had a better year than Edge has had, and had a better run in AEW the past few years than Edge has had in WWE. I don't think that's a hot take. Christian's very good. People say things like, Christian's a really good wrestler, but you know what? I think a lot of times people just say that because it's the thing to say, because everybody says it at this point in time. I don't think people really understand just how incredibly good that Christian truly is. So there you go. Let's see. Daryl Hannah, it makes me smile saying your name. I bet you never heard that before. Best matches will be tag titles match and the Charlotte Rhea match. Well, there you go. Chad says, I heard Tony already gave permissions for Christian in the show. Well done. I think that's fine. John Reidman. I've been watching WWE for over 50 years. I would never give Cody the Rose of the Championship. Give it to Randy Orton. Well, but John, to be fair, Randy's not in this. So does that mean that if you're booking this, you keep it on Roman? Because John, I'm curious about this, my friend. If you really wanted to go this route, if you're anti Cody for whatever reason, wouldn't it make more sense to put it on Cody and then set up Cody versus Randy after the fact because Cody has such a history with Randy Orton? Wouldn't that maybe make more sense? I'm just asking. Mark said I think Christian is so bland. That's his only fallback. Well, agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. E says Del Rio could return, but you already... Del Rio. Whew. Brother, I got thoughts and feelings on the Del Rio thing, dude. I just... Alicia says Riddle cost Austin Theory the match with Cena. Interesting take. Interesting take. It would make sense, wouldn't it? Jim says Bobby Lashley to help Omos win and get Hurt Business back, or just to get back at Brock. I don't know. But listen, the one spot they've ran with Brock and Omos didn't work. This match might be ugly. I'm just saying, Brock's very good, but Brock doesn't mat wrestle. Brock doesn't go move for move and chain wrestle. He could, I suppose. Brock's very good, but like it's not what they want from him. They want Hulk smash when Brock's in the ring, and that's okay. Yeah, dude, I'm with you about Del Rio. Way too much stuff there. Just listen, kids, go back and read any of the stuff Saraya said about him. And it wasn't just she's an ex-girlfriend, she's got an axe to grind. There's some serious stuff being said. And like, yeah, and it wasn't just that. It was other things as well that just paints him to not be maybe the best kind of guy. Don't know, wasn't there. Not going to pass judgment on something I don't know about. But from a distance, it doesn't look or sound good. So, yeah, I think he might be more drama than what they want. But understanding that, they'll probably bring him back and give him a title. I'm just saying. Yeah, Gangrel, that's going around pretty much all the time these days, this past week or 2 weeks, or whatever it's been. Alicia says Omos really isn't good and Brock is going to have to carry. Oh, baby. Speaking of baby, going to have to carry Omos like he's a big baby. Are you kidding me? Of course he is. Of course there's not going to be. Look, Omos, lest he sees this and doesn't like me and punches really hard, all due respect to Omos. But here's what I'll tell you. This business is not for everyone. Okay? Omos is really big. And Vince said, oh my God, he's so big, I can't stand it. Right? We know how this goes. If you've been a fan for longer than 10 minutes, you know how this game's played. Come on, baby. What are we talking about? You know what's going on here. Okay? Having said that, the best matches you've seen this dude in was against AJ because AJ's a really good worker. And it's that old story about AJ, you know, the best could work a broom and make it look like a phenomenal match and put the broom over, right? It's the same concept, man. Work the invisible man, make that invisible man look better than he's ever looked before because AJ's that good, all right? But that's what we're talking about here. Omos has no business being in the ring, in my opinion. Now, it doesn't mean I'm sitting here campaigning for him to be fired or to be taken out. It's not my call. If they want him in the ring, he'll be in the ring. It's fine. Let the guy earn a living. If that's what they want, if they want him and he wants to be there, let him do it. Who am I to say? But in my opinion, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And my question is could any amount of work get him to where you would personally believe he's a legitimate big man, legitimately good in the ring? Are we talking about Great Khali? I don't have any idea how to answer that question. I know how to answer it for myself. I can't answer it for anybody here. It's completely up to you what you guys think. That kind of thing. Jefferson, I'm going to take a guess that this is spam, my friend. So I'm deleting your comment. If this was a link to show us some great wrestling match, feel free to tell me. But if you post another link, I'm going to have to kick you out. Be advised. Kids, smash that like button if you haven't done so just yet. I would very much appreciate it. Who would you put Brock against if it wasn't Omos this year? Well, Mark, that's the key, isn't it? They didn't have anybody to book against Brock. They didn't have anybody to do. There was nobody to book him against. They just put him against Omos. That's all they had. Brock against anybody else would have been a better match, my opinion. Brock has to be world title picture or top guy status match. He has to be. He can do whatever. but it wouldn't look right and it wouldn't work against anyone else. That's part of the heartburn people are having against Omos. Number one, Omos not very good. Number two, he's, no disrespect, Omos, listen, when I say Omos, I don't mean the guy playing the character. I mean the character right now, okay? Omos is nobody. He's nothing. Compared to Brock, he's a cup of coffee, okay? That's the problem. In my opinion, the way I see it, that's the problem. Is a lot of the heartburn coming from this is because Omos never done a thing in his life to warrant being in a high-profile match on WrestleMania night, especially being in a high-profile match on WrestleMania night against against the most bankable star that company has had next to Hulk Hogan. I said it. I don't care. Come at me. And I'm not trying to leave out Stone Cold or anybody else or The Rock or anybody else. I'm just trying to make a sort of a broad overall point. No business being in the ring with Brock Lesnar. It has to be world title. It has to be main event top guy status. And if you can't do either one of those, don't book him. That would have been my short answer. Just don't book him. I know that's weird. You got Brock in your locker room, but you don't book him. You know how you get out of this? You know how you avoid this, kids? Start planning for him the day after this WrestleMania. Start planning then. You see what I'm saying? Don't be caught with your pants down. That's all. That's all. That's all. Bruno said, isn't Lashley needing a match? Give Lashley the dub. Sent Brock back on his part-time way. Yeah. Well, hey. Lashley versus Chris Masters. Let's see. Mark says, I agree. Hope they pull some sort of surprise, something that's going to be boring. Let's see. Brock versus Walter. I'm not saying that guy's name. His pretend name. Of course. We've been talking about that for years. I was talking about it, not just me. I was one of the guys talking about Brock versus Walter before anybody really knew who he was. When he was still working in OTT in Ireland. Yeah. Sandy, you're the greatest. You're a legend. Thank you, sir. Alicia says Dabba-Kato would have been the better option. Keith says Brock isn't losing as it could be his last match in WWE. No chance. And it would be his fourth straight WrestleMania loss. Oh, he's not losing. No, Keith. No chance. Well, there's a chance it's WWE, and it's pro wrestling, anything can happen. But yeah, I don't think there's any chance he loses tonight, or tomorrow night or Sunday night. Sorry. My days just run together, baby. Oh, where you at, Keith? There you is. Wouldn't have minded seeing Brock squash Baron Corbin because the promo work would have been fun. Oh my God, that would have been a gem. Good call, Keith. You could have shown Corbin in workout videos in the gym with trainers yelling in his ear and he's sweating and you're playing like inspirational Rocky music as he's slow motion lifting weights. Keith, I think you just booked a better match than what we're going to get on Sunday. And it would have lasted like 2.5 minutes, if that long, but it would have been the fun of it. Man, Keith, that's good. I like that. Hey, Jim, don't anybody sneeze at that night what was it, 90 seconds? That Goldberg beat Brock. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. You want to know why? It made all the headlines and it popped the living life out of that crowd, dude. I'm telling you right now, go back and watch that and tell me it doesn't give you chills. I don't care if you don't like Goldberg. Doesn't make a difference to me. Go back and watch that and tell me you didn't feel that. If WWE is about creating moments, that's a moment that no one's ever forgotten. Ever forgotten. Well, kids, there's WrestleMania 39. You're welcome. Let's open the floor up. We got 13 minutes. We can keep throwing WrestleMania at me if you want to. It's perfectly fine. If you want to talk about something else, we can do that too. 13 minutes till the man is coming around and leaving town. I don't know. Ray never ceases to disappoint. Pete Rock and CL Smooth or Eric B and Rakim. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing. You can't make me. Part 2 ODB or Q-Tip. I can't. No. No, I'm not. You can't. Because Wu-Tang's not Wu-Tang without ODB. And there's no tribe, and there's nothing without Q-Tip. No, I can't. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. You're killing me with this. If Adam Cole invited you and your family to see the Broadway play Hamilton and said you could bring a friend, could I come? Yes. And later wanted to get tasty Beyond Burgers and fries, could I have as well? Absolutely. Jim says, where's Bray Wyatt? Yeah, we talked about that. Will says, does Jay screw Roman? Perhaps. I mean, from the moment the bloodline was put together and got over, people said, wonder when they're going to split up. Sandy says, who do you think will be called up from NXT after Mania? Brother, I don't know. I really don't have anything for you. Carmelo's great. And I think everybody's been waiting for Steiner's kid to get the call up. Maybe that'll happen. Who knows? Let's see. Tim says, ladies and gentlemen, Goldberg is busy with a restaurant here in Texas. Well, there you go. Mount Rushmore of wrestling territories. Oh, I like this one. Jim Crockett Promotions. Mid-South. World Class. Oof. And I'll say Memphis. Yeah? Memphis, Mid-South? Memphis. Yeah. That's my answers. Mark says Braun Breaker gets the call up and beats Cena in an open challenge on Raw. Mark may have just called it. You may have just called it, dude. For sure. Vic says, did you read the article which said Chris Masters wants to face Lashley in a Master Lock versus... I mean, Chris can want all day long, but we'll see if he gets what he wants. You know what I mean? I get it. The Mount Rushmore question, what is your Mount Rushmore of celebrity WrestleMania appearances? Pete Rose is number one. Pete Rose got to be number one. My opinion. I think he has to be. Cyndi Lauper would have to be number two because it was there from the beginning. He was there. She was there from the beginning. 3 and 4. That'd be tough, man. That'd be tough. 3 and 4 for WrestleMania. Celebrities. Dude, part of me wants to say Mickey Rourke just because he looked pretty cool doing what he did. I know that's tough, man. You guys always put me on the spot with this. It's weird. Will says Lemmy. You're talking about when Motorhead played? I'm okay with that. Bad Bunny. Hey, look, you can't discount Bad Bunny. And then Will Moore says Tyson. I think that's your 4. That's your 4. I'm okay with that. Ray's going for round 2. Heavy D or Big Daddy Kane? I'll say Heavy D. De La Soul or the Fugees? I'll say De La Soul. That's it for me on those. I mean, Chris and I have not spoke. I don't want to invite myself on his show, so I need to invite him to mine, and then we see where it goes from there. I did send him a message on the Facebook last week, thanking him for the birthday song. Thanks, guys, for telling me. That was pretty fun to see. Man, he's the best guy ever. He's the best guy ever. Vic says, who's your pick to win the Andre the Giant? Lashley's your pick. I'll go with that. Listen, kids, I don't have a lot of skin in this game at this point. I'm going to watch and I'll get something out of it. But I just, again, I'm a month behind on New Japan. Ring of Honor's tonight. Stuff's happening in AEW next week. No disrespect to the biggest company on earth. I totally get it. It's just, again, I don't personally have a lot of skin in the game. That's me, though. That's just me talking. Jeff, you stayed for the whole show. Thank you, my friend. You're the best. Have a good evening. Brendan says, LA Night. Yeah, it's good. Your birthday is April 14th. There's a lot of birthdays in April. Dude, there was a lot of birthdays in my space in March in my workspace. Several of us, dude. It was weird. Weird. Brendan T says Mr. T. You notice how I screwed that up and tried to save it? Brendan says Mr. T. Sometimes my brain works faster than my mouth does. Alice Cooper with Jake Roberts. Good call, Shane. I like that. Good job. What happened to Ken Kennedy years ago? Well, you know, Ken Kennedy became, what's his name? He changed his first name, right? Or he changed his last name when he went to Impact. Somebody look that up. Who did Kennedy become? He used his real name, didn't he? Mr. Anderson, that's right. Thank you, Chad. Chad, too bad. 7 minutes, kids were taking it home. We've maintained a good audience today. Thank you much for that. You guys are the best. You guys are really looking forward to this WrestleMania thing. Hey, listen, man. Keep up with this WWE stuff. This WrestleMania thing, this thing may catch on. I got a good feeling about it. Sandy says Sammy versus Johnny last year was amazing. Agreed. What else we got, kids? We've done great today, by the way. We nailed this sucker. We nailed it in like 50 minutes. 50 minutes, Jack. You can't beat that. And me and all my creamy white goodness getting the job done. Extra cream in the coffee. Will says, planning to be at Mania. Dude, Philadelphia is a lot closer to me than LA is. I'm just saying. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. Scott says, is Rock going to appear? My quick answer, without thinking too much about it, is no, because they don't really need him to. And plus, how do you not promote The Rock's involvement on the biggest show of the year? Like, I don't think, well, they don't need to worry about selling tickets or whatnot. So you don't need to worry about that. People are going to buy tickets because it's WrestleMania. They're not really buying tickets for who's there, in my opinion. Okay. So, but again, you're going to put The Rock somewhere in the locker room, but not advertise him. Hey, look, anything can happen, right? I don't think you'll see him tonight. And plus, I'm of the mindset that I don't think they need him. I keep getting told by really smart fans that I'm dead wrong, that Roman has to face Rock. You only have to pay taxes and die, kids. That's all you really have to do. I don't think Roman needs to beat Rock. Roman has beat everyone on the planet. Hell, dude, he pinned me last week. Are you kidding me? He's pinned everybody. It doesn't matter at this point. Pinning Rock when he turned heel may have been a huge accomplishment, but not now. I don't even call it an accomplishment at this point. We already know head of the table, king of the mountain, all the other stuff. It's 100% true, right? It is what it is. Do you need more not you, but do we need more convincing that he is the end all be all? It doesn't mean we won't get it. You know how wackadoodle that company can be with driving the point home and shoving it straight down your throat till you choke and gag and die on it. James says it did surprise Dwayne at Mania. Shut up, Jay. No one asked you. I just made Jay laugh. Anything can happen. I don't think we'll see him, but anything can happen. We'll see him if Roman. All right, how about this? I have a better time. Jay says I was there. Well, there you go. I have a better time believing, an easier time believing that we'll see Rock on Sunday if Roman retains. And even if he does retain, why in the world didn't you book him and Rock for Mania? Why would you book that for a match? What would you book it for? SummerSlam? See what I'm saying? That's just me talking. I don't know the answer to that. Everyone talking about the championship being 2 titles again. I agree 100%. Jim says there's a lot of family to bring in to help Roman win Sunday. Yeah, help Roman win Sunday. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if we're going to have to worry about that. I think it could possibly be 1-on-1. Mark says, I lost faith in him ever showing up anymore. Rock's a busy guy being the biggest movie actor in Hollywood. Know what I mean? It's the truth. Lots to do. Chad says, Tom, your pick. Guevara, Jungle, or Darby? For what? For the world title match? MJF's winning that match, I think. Robbie says, you're right. Roman pins everyone. He pinned me at Burger King because he wanted to have it his way. Boo. Corny joke of the day. It goes to Robbie Couch. That's all right. Yeah. So, we'll see. Going to be a big weekend, kids. Big weekend. Big weekend. Will says Mania 40, like he did with Cena, if your idea happens. Well, the good thing about planning it for a year out, Will, is that Rock can ensure that his shooting schedule is freed up because he just doesn't book anything for December. Well, when will he start training? Probably December. right? December, January, February, March. That gives him like 3 months. He just had to keep, not shooting anything. However, if he were to get a fantastic role and the shooting were to start in December of this year, what would he do then, right? Anything's possible. Why not? Anything's possible, right? We'll see. Because actually, he didn't pin Seth Rollins. He got DQ'd and Seth won. Well, there you go. Sandy, good night, my friend. Get some rest. Sandy, stay with us almost the whole show. That's pretty cool. Kids, guess what? I'm getting out of here. Thanks, everybody, for watching the show. Means loads to me. I very much appreciate you. Everybody here, you guys are the best of all time. Do me a favor. Enjoy Ring of Honor tonight. Enjoy WWE this weekend. Watch as much pro wrestling as you possibly can. I'm a pro wrestling advocate. You kids know that by now, right? It's one of my favorite things in the world. So go enjoy some pro wrestling. Have a good, safe weekend. Hope everything is cool. Hope we get some good matches. I'm sure we will. Hope we'll get some good content, some good shows this weekend. That's all I got for you here tonight, kids. I'm getting out of here. Everybody be safe. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Where's my piece? There it is. See you next time. Good night, Facebook.